Hello, and welcome to the High Quality CTE Programs of Study webinar series. I am Robin Kroyer-Kubicek, and I will be leading this webinar on student career development. As a former healthcare lab technologist, pharmaceutical quality specialist, and high school science teacher, I am now thrilled to be the Career Pathways Consultant at the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, or DPI. After earning my Master's of Science in Curriculum and Instruction, I worked to update Wisconsin's youth apprenticeship programs and develop the Child Labor Law Guide for employers. After joining the DPI Career Tech Ed team, I co-led the state Academic and Career Planning Implementation Project, more widely known as Individualized Learning Plans. I now work to develop and manage career pathways from K-12 under a national J.P. Morgan Chase grant, as well as acting as work-based learning systems and industry-recognized credentials state lead. In addition, I currently serve on the Governor's Council on Workforce Investment. This micro webinar is part of a larger series of webinars focused on the high-quality CTE Program of Study framework developed by the Association of Career and Technical Education. The framework is composed of 12 unique elements that characterize a quality program of study. This webinar specifically focuses on Element 9, Student Career Development. This element addresses strategies that help students gain career knowledge and engage in education and career planning and decision-making, including career counseling, career assessments, curricula that helps students learn about careers, information about educational opportunities and workforce trends, and job search information and placement services. There are 8 criteria for high-quality student career development. In this webinar, we will focus on 3 of those criteria, and they are highlighted in red. Specifically, I will discuss sequenced activities, personalized planning, and understanding career opportunities in demand. Today, I'm going to discuss these 3 objectives as they relate to the Wisconsin experience. In 2013, Wisconsin was allocated $1.1 million in state funding annually to procure a career planning software system and provide for training and professional development to support academic and career planning with full implementation for all students in grades 6 through 12 beginning in fall 2017. We call this ACP, Academic and Career Planning. However, nationally, they are known as ILPs, or Individualized Learning Plans. In many states, they're called by different unique names. Because we had such a long lead-in time to required implementation, we were able to research other states, different systems, and plan and test out technical assistance with a smaller number of schools. These 3 objectives are part of the evaluation findings that came out of the pilot for successful ACP implementation in schools. In particular, quality career development is more than just using a piece of software and is dependent upon having a school-wide team with wide representation. Number 2, cataloging what is already being done with students and filling in learning gaps for career development that also considers age and maturity development is critical. It should be a holistic student approach in order to support more informed post-secondary choices. And last, local experiences beyond the school building are necessary to enhance that personalized career planning. Quality career development is more than using a piece of software, and is dependent upon having a school-wide team with wide representation. In Wisconsin, Career Cruising, now called Zello, was procured as the state career development system free to all public school districts. A standard software tool is useful for research on occupational and salary outlooks and pathways to career opportunities, but cannot be relied on solely as career development curriculum. The career development process must be considered as broader than the software tool. In many states, career development in the past was integrated into standard daily curriculums as one-time or minimal interactions with the software to highlight interests or strengths or click on career matches. In Wisconsin, we recognized immediately that if a school did not build a whole team process that included the use of the tool, the career development mandate would fail to meet its promise of ensuring students consider quality information for future consideration and planning. Messaging and technical assistance at the outset stress the need for whole school support and administrative buy-in to ensure that all subjects and all staff saw themselves as part of career development delivery. Quality career development cannot rest only in the hands of the counselor or CTE staff. One time, one touch student interest inventories can be easily misinterpreted and turn students off to the career development process. Most career development activities begin in middle school with an age group that can become easily distracted by any one thing. Interest inventories are popular. However, they must also be used with caution and framed as starting points. Oftentimes, a student will take the inventory and immediately become obsessed with a top career match rather than seeing all the other matches. I actually had a parent call because her daughter was in tears when taxidermist showed up as the top match versus her real desire, veterinarian. It is crucial that these inventories and any labor market information be presented in a manner that first introduces exploration on their own and multiple inventories from multiple sources over multiple years. Using the software tool as an e-portfolio piece must become part of an overall school-wide, subject-wide process. In Wisconsin, we consider ACP an ongoing process that actively engages students in order to develop an understanding of themselves, create a vision for their future, develop personal goals, and prepare that plan for achieving those vision and goals. It is student-driven and ongoing. It also is an e-portfolio product that can serve as documentation reflecting a student's coursework, learning and assessment results, post-secondary plans aligned to career goals and financial reality, and a record of college and career readiness skills that is both dynamic and flexible. This slide may be difficult to see and understand, but it's part of what you can use to say a simple tool to actually catalog or map out what is already being done in your school with students and identify those learning gaps for career development that also consider age and maturity development. Simple tools for this curriculum development planning can help to ensure learning continuity and set expectations for both staff and students over time. The tool on this slide shows an example of how the Wisconsin model for middle school staff can be used as an activity to identify what they do now and what they could consider adding as experiences. Again, from our experiences, we came up with a staged model, and it's the 4 stages of academic and career planning: know, explore, plan, and go. Career development is not one of your typical school course choices in middle school and high school on a yearly basis. Furthermore, it is usually presented as an elective in the senior year, which really is far too late to begin reflecting on interests and connections to possible options after high school. Quality career development, along with a school-wide team of representatives from CTE, counseling, special education, core content, and administration, must plan for a scaffolded, multi-year approach in order to ensure a continuous ladder of learning. Schools in Wisconsin that have been offering career development in this manner for some time found that students who have progressed through the entire sequence are much better prepared for choices after high school. Ongoing state research continues here to review potential student outcomes long-term. Ultimately, the purpose of this kind of process is less about the e-portfolio and declaring a major in high school, but more about teaching students a process to navigate as they encounter challenges and barriers in their entire career lifetime. It can and should be part of the curriculum for all classes, helping to bring career relevance to core content classes. For example, cosmetologists, chefs, graphic designers all use high-level math skills, but math is not usually the first skill that comes to mind when you think of these careers. Moreover, career development approaches should not be about crushing dreams, but moving from random acts of career development to a standard school-wide process that each staff person supports and each student utilizes to make connections from interests, skills, strengths, dislikes, to and through education, to the training and careers that meet their goals. Local experiences are also part of ensuring that you have a holistic career development experience. Integrating the academics with career development and then adding those experiences outside of a school building are really necessary to enhance career planning overall. Quality career development is greater than the sum of its parts and supports as many connected local community experiences as possible for students. Wisconsin created a table of ACP components for local districts to consider as they develop their program delivery. Under the Know, Explore, Plan, Go model, different items are emphasized depending on the stage the student is in, noting that some students will still be in exploration and planning even after graduation. Even so, they will still have more information for postgraduate choices than those that don't have any career-based learning experiences prior to graduation. As discussed in webinar number 8, community and business partnerships are vital to helping support access and capacity to those activities that can enhance career development. Career development exploration activities can begin in elementary school with career day speakers and field trips into the community and to colleges. Exploration continues in middle schools with career fair activities, classroom career speakers, required career exploration courses that incorporate those real-world tools and projects, and college visits to technical, community, and university colleges. As exploration in high school moves into planning, out-of-school experiences at minimum should include a job shadow based on personal goals. Further experiences and activities should include summer programs, career camps, short-term internships, school enterprises, career and technical education student organizations, such as FFA or Skills USA, and longer-term work-based learning programs, such as a youth apprenticeship, tied to those personal interests. These can then help rule in and rule out career clusters of interest. In summary, quality career development is not about focusing on one activity or lesson per year, but rather the infusion of multiple experiences and connections to personal goals derived from self-reflection and learning in all classes. Relevance and connections to real-world problems are an important piece of this process, and CTE staff are in unique positions to ensure that school counselors and other staff are folded into this implementation process. In high school, career development ultimately should culminate in robust in-demand pathways for juniors and seniors that incorporate those seamless courses, dual credit classes that count in college programs, work-based learning, and earning industry-recognized credentials with value in the marketplace. While not every student will be sure of their next step, quality career development can support them to make better use of their junior and senior years to begin their next step, no matter if it is in the world of work, military, registered apprenticeship, training programs, two-year colleges, or universities. This webinar is one of a series supporting ACTE's High Quality CTE initiative. ACTE has developed evidence-based criteria defining a quality CTE program of study. They also have tools and resources, including a self-evaluation instrument. For more on the High Quality CTE initiative, you can participate in sessions during the ACTE Vision Conference, apply for awards that recognize quality programs of study, or visit the website shown at the bottom of this slide. I want to thank you for listening into this webinar, and please review the many quality resources through ACTE and ASCA, the American School Counselor Association, to support your quality career development for all students. Thank you.